Hello everyone, and welcome back to WolfQuest. We are here with Crow, Sequoia, and the Fledge Pack, and the young hunter pups who have just gotten their names. So we have Kismet, Lapwing, Puffin, and Curlew, with most of those being bird names, and Kismet being a name that's kind of associated with luck and destiny for 58M here, who had our near miss with the dog attack. I still am a little bit in shock over that one. I didn't even know that was possible, but thankfully all four of them are still with us. However, we do have to continue on our quest through young hunters and teach these guys how to function as adult wolves and be able to hunt. So they're not quite out of the woods yet, even though I think at this point the bulk of the danger has probably passed. Now, we've got some territory to mark. I think we do want to take some of that territory back from elevation that they took while Hex invading us. I think that's going to be our first step, as well as looking for something to eat. I'm not necessarily going to have the pack continue hunting bison, but it could be an option. I mean, certainly it has worked out for us before and didn't seem to have too many problems. So if a good opportunity presents itself, perhaps we will give it a go. If not, certainly elk is also another very good source of food for our young hunters, and probably the bulk of what we're going to be hunting in future years anyway. We actually do have an elk herd here. Oh, and they're already on the run. They must have been scared just from us hanging out close to them. So I think this is what we're going to go ahead and hunt tonight. May as well take the opportunity while we have it. And I think we are headed further back into our territory, so that is also good. Might steer these guys just a little bit so that we're not running to the opposite end of where we want to mark, though. Now, we do have the young hunters with us. We're going to want to be a little bit careful and gauge our chances cautiously, but I think we should be all right, especially because we do have quail and sunflower with us as well. Oh, and that's a spike. You know, if we can keep it down. Oh, Puffin and Kismet are getting in on the action there and getting some bites in. Everybody's being pretty bold. Yeah, I think this will be fine. We got to be careful that Curlew doesn't take a bunch of damage from a back kick there. But yeah, we've taken quite a chunk out of its health here. I think we'll be all right, especially with Puffin getting a neck bite there. That worked out. All right, Quail is helping as well. Yeah, I think we should be fine. Lapwing running in to get an attack as well. The main thing with this is that you always want to have someone on the throat, because that's what's going to do the most damage. And look at the pups just swarming in. We've got quite a bold bunch here. I guess they're feeling a little bit emboldened after that bison hunt. But if we look here, they're doing pretty well on experience. 74 for Kismet and Lapwing already, and then in the 60s. I think they were in the 60s even after that bison hunt, so they're learning pretty darn quickly, especially for only being early 60 pounds. That's not too bad. All right, we have gotten our rest, except it seems like there's no rest for the weary here. Which pack is this again? 1814M, I saw. It's gonna be elevation. Okay, interesting. They must be kind of peeved with us that we were taking our territory back from them, because it was our territory initially, mind you. It was not theirs to begin with. You know, I wasn't sure if I would like having this the packmate stats up all of the time, or the packmate health on the screen all the time. I was planning on turning it off, but I honestly do not mind it. I think it can be kind of helpful in times like this, and maybe I'd feel differently if we had a particularly large pack, but it does feel like it is helpful. Oh goodness, I don't want them both piling on Lapwing like that, look like. Thankfully though, oh no, get out of here. Oh goodness. Yeah, these fights with the young hunters get a little bit scary. It's a little hard to commentate. No, not Curlew. You know, it's hard to. I've noticed sometimes if you don't lock on to bite, it doesn't always latch you on very well. That has almost caused problems for me before. Like, I don't like locking on all the time, because I've found sometimes you then end up wanting to turn and go after somebody else. You know, I think We honestly might want to go for the kill here because this pack has started to get to be an issue. So I think we may want to just strike a lethal blow here. But yeah, I was gonna say I don't like locking on because then you can't turn around at a moment's notice. But sometimes it comes with its own drawbacks. But yeah, I do like this new packmate health display. I think that is going to be really nice, even if you only have it on during big fights. But I honestly haven't minded keeping it on outside of big fights as well, even though it is only 2. Oh, I hope these guys aren't all coming back. They sure are. That's real fantastic. That's great. That's not what we want to see here. Okay, we might have to scare these guys off again because I think they're starting to get a little bit feisty here, and I don't want us taking a bunch of damage. All right, there we go. We should be better able to go on the attack here. There is always a risk of them doubling like that, though. Is this isn't one of the leaders, is it? Oh, she sure is. All right. Well, that could be a problem for them. They should have thought about that before trespassing into our territory and picking fights. I can see why they got so aggressive when we started doing this. They're going to turn on us again here. We've got to be kind of careful because they could start going after the pups again. I think they are fairly scared for the most part. Maybe they're not as... Okay, yeah, they are scared. I don't know. This could be a little bit of a dicey one, especially because our stamina is not the greatest. But I just... You know, with how aggressive this pack is getting, Lost River left us alone. They seems like they've gotten the message. Even though they have a new leader, they haven't been a problem for us for a little while here. So, yeah, I think Crow is going to make a point of trying to send a message here. It seems like Sequoia is potentially planning on helping with that too. She's got basically no health left, and there we go. That should scare the rest of them off, it looks like. I'm not thrilled about how much damage we ended up taking in that fight, but hopefully it sends a message. Hopefully they realize that they're gonna be better off if they leave us alone. I'm gonna introduce the pups to Floppy Moose on our way to marked territory, considering she is a staple of the area and one of its most unique features. Finally, we catch a scent. It's been like the whole time we've been looking around and not actually smelling any elk. Although I'm wondering if they're maybe from up above. That's just some old bison as well. I'm not sure that I want to go after those with young pups or not young pups, but with the young hunters, because I have a feeling they're still going to be pretty vulnerable to the other bison hitting them. But we've just not really been able to find an elk herd lately, and I don't know why. At this point, hopefully the scent we just caught will turn up again. Goodness sakes, it's been hard to track down a herd. We just did not run across any while we were marking the rest of the territory, so we are pretty tired now. But it looks like we've caught the scent of the topaz herd, and hopefully we'll be able to get a hunt in here. So we can run back a little bit further into the territory. We're not going to have much energy. I maybe should have rallied, but hopefully we can get this done quickly and be over it. We'll get another good stumble here. Ideally, that's what we always hope for. This is really rough terrain for a hunt. That's not typically what we want to see. But Lost River has a lot of sections like this where the elk can really scatter or get kind of funneled into the hills here. I hope they're not going to charge up and over the cliffs because that would be bad. I'm still very paranoid about falling down a cliff on this map, but I think, okay, if we can stay over here. I'm also paranoid about getting trampled. It looks like they're still generally running in this direction though, so hopefully we don't have too many of them start doubling back. I think we'll be fine. Oh shoot, they're gonna go straight in the lake. They are gonna go straight in the lake. Alright, well I guess we're swimming across after them. They might outpace us just a little bit. I did not know that they could get up and run over that roof. We're having to go back across the water again. Oh my word, I wonder if we can get up on that roof. I bet not. I think that they just have longer legs than we do, but that's a little bit wild. There's also a bull up there, so I'm not sure that I entirely want to get up on the roof. Oh, we can! We actually can get up on the roof. This is maybe a bad situation, but I'm gonna see if we can use it to get across the water a little faster. Although I think that they're turning back. Oh no, some of them are on the shore. All right, that's the group we're gonna go for because I'm sick of being in the water. I don't want to be dealing with this anymore. The really unfortunate part is that most likely these guys are gonna have regained a lot of their energy and not be as worn out. Meanwhile, we are certainly worn out, and they're not even really seeming to want to run from us. Okay, there we go. Everybody else is catching up and now they're taking off again. It's worth waiting for a good opportunity, but man, is it sometimes hard to find one. This has definitely been one of the more infuriating hunts we've had, but at least we are finally away from that gosh darn lake. I think if we can just get one to stumble or one that seems weak, even if we just manage to wear them out a little bit more, we'll be fine. I just wish we weren't completely out of energy at this point. Sunflower is targeting this one here, and Sequoia. I mean, that might be worth it at this point. Might be worth just going for her and seeing what happens. She could be pretty strong. I'm a little bit nervous about that, especially since we already took some damage from the fight earlier, but like, we need food. There's no getting around it. Oh my gosh, Lapwing is caught in the middle of a fight with a mother and a calf. We're just gonna keep moving because that's gonna pull everybody away from that. Yeah, I think at this point Sunflower has the right idea. We're just gonna need to run in and start getting bites, start bringing them down. Oh, hang on, somebody's fallen. You know what? It's a calf. I normally am not the biggest fan of that, but you know what? It might have to be. It might. Oh no 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 no. Okay, I do not want the mother attacking like that though. Okay, we might have to be real careful here because some of the pups are pretty weakened. Some of them are taking some pretty big risks here. I kind of want everybody to fall back to me for a second. Who is hurt? Mostly Curlew. We want to be careful with you. I know, I would like to woof to warn you to be careful here. Okay, where did the mother and calf went? This way, I think? We gotta have to find the one we are after again. Oh, shoot. That's a little upsetting. Okay, no, there's the calf that we've got. If we can let Sequoia run in and get a bite, or even if we can. It's a pretty weakened calf. Looks like Lapwing is going to try to go for it. We just got to watch for the mother, but she may not be anywhere nearby. No, she's right back there, but we should be fine. I think she's pretty worn out. There we go. Good grief. You know, we've been out here hunting bison, but sometimes it's the elk hunts that'll just get you. I don't even want to fool with that, but that is absolutely stupid elevation pack again. There's just no way. There's no way it isn't. We'll deal with that the next time we make the rounds on the territory, but we might have to go after him again because I think actually we haven't met their other leader. It's very well, but the pack probably wouldn't still be around if they lost both leaders. I don't know. I really don't know. We'll see what happens with them. Okay. Okay, they did take a few hexes of our territory. It's fine. We'll go back and deal with it later. At least we're in the part that we need to mark right now. It's a setback, but you know what? It's whatever. Hopefully they'll back out and leave us alone soon. They are. I mean, they clearly still are on the map. I don't know. I guess we must not have met the other leader then. But hopefully well, I mean, I think if they're doing this, they probably didn't get the message. But maybe after this one last spit in our face, they'll decide to leave us alone. We can hope, I suppose. Okay, fortunately this time we found an elk herd much earlier on, and it looks like they're already on the run. Hopefully they don't go straight back in the pond like the other herd did, because that was really, I think, what shot us in the foot. Oh, and Kismet getting bold and running in straight away. I'm not sure that's such a good idea there, bud. But let's keep an eye on these guys. Hopefully one of them will stumble soon and we can rush in and swarm. What happened with that spike hunt was pretty much perfect. That was really the ideal of how we want to see things go down. Oh, we've got a cow here. Yeah, she's high on health. I would love it if those two would keep running. Perfect. All right. Yeah, as long as we can get significantly damage her here, we should be able to drain both her health and her stamina with everybody running in to get a throat bite. That's going to be really, really good. She's going to have a hard time getting it back up. Usually they do still stand a little bit, but if you can do enough damage before that point, then you're pretty set. She's going to try to get up, but I think it is much too late. She's going to have to stand her ground anyway, and we should be able to bring her right back down. There we go. I'll let the pups finish her off if they want to. Whew, okay. Much easier. Much easier of a hunt. That was the one hunt. I don't know why that was so crazy, but I'm glad that this one went a whole lot better. I think, though, that this is probably where we're going to go ahead and leave things off for the day, because it is getting to be about that time again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay. Over and out.